Well, you see, we decided to make splash screens for like the VODs and such. And I've been throwing them on YouTube just in case. You never know what Twitch is going to do. So I figured I stole the splash screen from the initial announcement of the brackets from them. Versus the standard one they used during our normal restreams. Exactly. It's pretty fancy. The semi-automatic tracker continuously updates. We tracking spells now. We tracking spells now. Maybe one day we might even track stats. You never know. You never know. But they got a seed rolled. We'll flip over once they get their stuff set up. I think Ryguy was sounding like he was gonna cuss everybody out, so we'll be listening to the subtle notes of Judge Joe. Unless we might test him along the way. Unsure if he planned on continuing talking or not. Joe's audio is super quiet, and then Ryguy's is super loud. Yeah, one day I'll figure out how to crop to make the screens the same size. That'll be amazing, but until then, that's why we call it the Jinkcast, at least on my end. Oh. Joe decided to turn his volume up. Look at that. Alright, I guess we'll switch over. Ryguy should, he's put on his, or he's checked some, so we'll flip it over and, we'll intro this stuff. There we go. So welcome to this, Jinkcast restream of Judge Joe, ryguy3745, Hawksness Group Action, 2026 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament. We got Judge Joe at 1-1, Ryguy at 2-0. It's kind of open group, to be quite honest, right now. Kind of oh yeah, beta can't be beat, but yeah, this is kind of an open group. A couple 2-0 people, but you know, 3 races left for each of them. Lots can happen, and you never know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You know. Joe going with his lowercase Joe. Ryguy going with all the spite and vitriol that Ryguy is known for. The Gold Man standard. That's amazing. Yeah, six player group. The Hawksness group is. We got one runner completely done. In beta, 3-2. Ryguy at 2-0. Silly Dammit at 2-0. Adam Raptors at 1-2. Judge Joe at 1-1. And then Night Dew at 0-4. So, kind of open there. Knight Do, clearly unfortunate at 0-4, not in it, but 5 runners for 3 spots, and there's a lot of opportunity here. If Judge Joe wins tonight, it definitely bolsters his ability to maybe secure a bracket spot. Meanwhile, Ryguy gets into serious contention if he goes to 3-0 to be looking at that first place in the group, with a big match against Dabbit to possibly determine that one. We'll see how Dabbit's races continue to go. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, group stage is no joke in this tournament. That is absolutely certain. It is a beast. It's, to be quite honest, nobody sucks in this community. There's some people that definitely do extremely well at optimizing their RNG and hatred, but this game hates everybody. That's the one thing I think a lot of people don't realize. This game absolutely hates you, doesn't dislike you, isn't kind of like, are we friends, do we like each other, any of that crap. It hates you with a passion and will do anything it can to beat you down. And if you give it an opening, it's gonna do it even worse. So, all right, both runners have officially readied up now. Ryguy did a little pre-race getting together, and our admin tonight stated they would drop the gate approximately 30 seconds after the second ready. So we should be getting going here any second now. We got a countdown. Oh my god. We're gonna remember to start the timer. We're gonna remember to start the timer. Look at me. This will be 2 races in a row. It's amazing. All right. Well, maybe a minor sync issue. Joe's stream keeps spinning occasionally. We'll give it the old refresh here. There we go. Alright, I missed from there. We'll look here. We got a fairy flute. And a curse belt. Curse belt 1 already out of the gate. And a flute. Amazing. Yeah. I swear these things happen because the game hates me. Because the game hates me. So yeah, we might have to refresh Joe's stream a couple times. Looks like a West Coast start potentially there. Reversers are fervently panicking right now and counting those 5 steps to the west. I did miss the cursory stats glance and or spells, but whatever. We'll figure it out as we go. Oh, it's 5 for me. And Ryguy presses like he typically does and finds Keyvilles right away. Six strength start. Thank you very much. Looks like Joe's also going to find this town. A little bit of swamp here. Joe going to give us a little peek at what's for sale. All right. I don't think we're ready for this goal. Yeah, DK is a dirty 120er indeed. But if it works for you, it works for you. I've learned. I tried to convert, and that's when I kept being a row off. So I went back to doing what I was doing. Meanwhile, Judge Joe gets ambushed by the golem. Also going to take the quick trip back to Tantagel. We have stop spell, thank you. That's what I said. I missed the spell check. I was too busy doing a couple things. There we go. Look at that. Semi-automated tracker, baby. Yeah, obviously we gotta find, if we're not finding Hoxton, we gotta find Rim, the one town that doesn't have a way to sell our 180 gold in the form of a belt. But look at that. One more enemy for Joe away from getting level 2, and yeah, level 2 is probably the most important level of the seed. Just feels that way. Just feels that way. Ryguy gonna press a little bit here. I mean, they got a decent amount of HP, so yeah, you might as well try and whittle some stuff down here. Looks like Joe is gonna be the first of our contestants to nail level 2, though. Slow and steady. 1, 1, 2 does it, and level 2 coming for Joe. Watch this. Watch it. It's going to be magnificent. 0, 3, 3, 0. No spells. Game-breaking level right there. that extra 3 HP. Just imagine we can do with all that extra HP right now. You definitely love to see the no strength gain, though. It's like, you know, it was already a struggle to get the 5 experience. 17 shouldn't be an issue at all. But the game is being fair to them and giving them enemies at least that they can swing at. Yeah, Joe gonna spin on us a couple times. Look like Ryguy gonna get his level 2 here in a second. He's gotta get one more hit in, though. Oh, evidently 2. Even better. He's been swinging that much and missing. Alright, there it is. For Joe, and Ryguy does make contact. Oh, this had to be a second Dracky then. Alright, there we go. Level 2 for Ryguy, and that absolutely amazing stat growth. Absolutely amazing. Oh, Magidracky. Whoa, settle down, game. A little too much for us out of the gate. Yeah, there we go. That's more our speed. But this little path to the north and east, littered with some nasty stuff. There's a stone man. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. Alright, Joe, 6 experience away from a level. Ryguy a little bit further. 10, I think. Comes back up to this desert. Nice crit for Joe. Doing all 6 of that strength. You'll love to see it. If you're going to crit, go all in. Magicians with stop spell? Hey, you know who else has stop spell? We do. His chat told me. Yeah, with this much HP, I think I'd absolutely at least take a lookie at it. A Wraith with sleep, okay? And hurt more. That's information. That's knowledge. Joe can pull off this Dracky, which he does. He's getting level 3 on the nose. All right, Joe, show us. Level 3. 6 power, 2 agility, 2 hit points. 0 magic, 0 spells. But the 6 strength, pretty helpful here. Doubles us up. Things are going to go a little quicker now. Not quite Scorpion ready unless it had a bunch of spells. I think yeah, just take your Death Warp, come back out, reinvigorated, renewed, and ready. Ryguy tried to press a few times, then went to that desert that is a little more painful than I think he realized, and now pressing again. Meanwhile, Joe settled down just here in Zone 0, right south of the castle, and has that commanding 10 experience point lead. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of options now that we have Stop Spell and a couple enemies that have shown some abilities. You see a couple, you tend to think that more than just a couple are going to have it. Magidracky, going to take a hot moment to get down. We do have some decent HP. We'll see how this fight goes for Joe. All the ones. There's a 2 finally. One of the nice benefits of having some early HP in a seed, you can whittle down things slightly out of your league a little sooner than you should be able to. And that quickly, we are 1 Dracky away from a level. Meanwhile, Ryguy just needs a red slime, but finding all these other enemies instead. Is staying in the east zone though. Not gonna come back by the castle. He is an aversion to the castle. Maybe grew up near a beach and too many hurricanes just brings back bad memories. But now he just needs another slime. Joe swinging at this Magidracky, unless he crits, is not going to have enough in the tank to get there. And that should do her. And it does. Red slime here, though, for Ryguy. Going to get him level 3. And that nice 6 strength. That's a pretty big pickup overall with where we're at. Alright. There we go. That's the Dracky Joe needed. We'll be seeing level 4 from Joe's side here in one moment. Level 4 coming in hot. 0 strength, 5 agility, 1 hit point, 17 magic, but a bunch of MP and hurt more, along with repel. So that is the breakout level. Go forth and kill things, says the game. Well, Joe going to use his only current hurt more on this Magidrack to get another 12. Honestly, just die, Joe. Just die. Just die. Get your MP back. Come back, kill all the things. You'll have gold for keys soon enough. Ah, there you go. The gold's going to put you out of your misery. There we go. Alright. Ryguy just takes out a Magician. He is only 6-8 XP away. Not going to be able to pull off a second one, though. Alright, let's see how Joe utilizes his early hurt more here. Meanwhile, Ryguy's just got to come out for one more go-round. Yeah, you swing at that. That's 5 hurt mores in the tank at level 4. You aren't going to sneeze at that. That's pretty daggone awesome. No need to fight a magician when you have blow everything up more. Or if you're going to do it, at least just use the spell. Ah, there we go. He has DL2 with his stop spell. You'll love to see it. Simul Magician Death to the DL2. Gosh, that's a beautiful thing. If it's going to happen, you'll love to see it now. But yeah, I would say this is a big note to people playing this game that may... There's zero reason to take a 6 to 7 swing magician fight when you can just literally blow everything up with hurt more. Go forth and prosper and find stuff to blow up. The thing is, once Ryguy gets this level 4, he already has seen some enemies he can do that to. But we're going to get 1, 0, 10, 1. 10 more HP, not too shabby. There is a nice hurt more target for where we're at right now. Ryguy running into nothing. And then finds a skeleton. Slightly too much baby breath on the skeleton. Joe going to take his cash and buy a key? Or does he even have enough for 2 maybe? Alright. Yeah, Ryguy just not coming across these weaker enemies in Zone 0. I'm not sure if he's ever even really given it a shot. He does have enough for 2 keys on Joe's side. Just going to be slightly delayed getting to this level 5 or 4, but to be honest, still not that far behind. Oh, there you found the rest of your money for keys. You go back in, you spend your 2 keys, and then you come around and buy them. We're gonna take a look at the shop first, though. All right, Rem, what do you got for us? Some pittance. Hand axe leather armor, huh? I guess. I am much more interested in chest at this point than I am a hand axe. Well, that's more gold. Get it. Okay, got it. I was like, I knew he did early and then never came back. But there we go. For Ryguy, the most important level of the seed. Level 4. Gonna get his very important hurt more, along with that repel spell. And going to immediately blow up a warlock, and you'll love to see it. Alright. What do we got in the treasury, Joe? He searches. We got curse belt number 2 in the bottom right. Gold grind available, bottom left. Herbage. Top left and middle. Alright. So, search spots. Ahoy. We got 2 already in play. I'll just assume all 3 are if I'm a runner at this point with so few checks done and already 2 belts. And we got the 1 key purchase from Ryguy. We got topped off keys for Joe. I guess I should say they both have keys. Why not? Ryguy won't have keys very long, but he'll have keys again soon enough. And a metal slime just shows up out of nowhere for Ryguy. Metal slimes with baby breath. Alright, we blew up a scorpion. Judge Joe just shy of hitting the next level here. And this guy will do it if he blows it up. And it does. Alright, Ryguy going to have cash to go buy more keys, but we'll have to go back to Rim. Next time we get a chance, we'll refresh Joe's screen. He keeps timing out a little bit on us. Ooh, big power. 18-4, 16-3. We get hurt and return. Alright then, live our lives. Joe back in. And going to give us our first look at the Rim chest. Perfect time to refresh right now, and no one sees it. We get our key! Nice. 2-for-1 action. 2-for-1 action, alright. We'll refresh him real fast. While he's just topping off. There we go. Get him caught back up a little bit there. Yeah, he's pretty in line with the clock now. Meanwhile, Ryguy going to come back, get more keys. That's why I didn't bother taking them off. We knew that was going to happen with that gold chest. And we're going to see a little bit more of this overworld potentially. Joe heading south of Rim. And Blue Dragon probably going to have some issues with us going south of Rim. Ooh, that's a fight. That's a fight I don't know that you want to take with your coin flip chances that a Blue Dragon does not land the first hurt more though. And he does have to worry about a return spell. Blue Dragon doing a return for us. Okay. Ryguy going to come turn 2 keys into 1 somehow. It's magic. Joe with the cast of the repel. Yeah, this is when you just want to find a nice mid-game enemy zone, get a couple levels real fast. Just although that HP is looking pretty daggone nice already. 68 HP at level 6. I know a couple racers that would have loved to have had 68 HP at level 15. Ryguy gonna buy him the leather armor. And a copper sword. Alright. Alright, baby. Ryguy going to take a little peek over into the swampy area. Doesn't look promising and uses an herb. And that is all dead end over here. Take a death warp. It's the fastest way to refill off of this. Joe back in here, the Rim, the top off. Oh, that's right. Ryguy didn't get to check the basement as well. Going to come around and find out whatever was worthless back here. I'm assuming it was a turn-in. I did miss it on Joe's side, but he was in and out real fast. Yeah. Staff guy, lacking harp. We'll be back. Alright, let's see where both runners decide they want to try and head off. Looks like this northerly path might be our path. We did have the southerly path with the Blue Dragon as well. Either way you go, there's some nasty stuff running around. Hurt more on the Demonite. Level 5 for Ryguy. I mean, if we get constructive with the flute, we can bend it quasi into the shape of a harp. Use the hairs from the old man's beard to string it up, and I mean, you practically got a harp there, you know. And then it's a team effort to build as well, so it's fun for the whole family. That's a nice hurt more target when you have a lot of HP and can tank an ambush. Of course, we do not land the one shot. but we follow up with a hurt. Cover the range, and that's level 7. Ooh, that would be awesome. 1 power, 13 agility, 8 hit points, 15 more magic. Very nice. I mean, a decent overall level. We'll need strength eventually, but to be quite honest, right now, strength is not our forte. Hurt mooring, everything else is our forte. Some healing would be nice. Healing would be nice, I guess. Nice one shot on the werewolf. And that path does continue. And we'll not see where it goes, though. Ambush, metal slime, baby breath. We are dead. Alright. Meanwhile, Ryguy trying to find the enemies that he wants in this desert. Taking on druids, though, while he can. Yeah, and that's where the repel would be huge. Keep that repel up. Keep them from showing up. You do not want the metal slimes. Metal slimes are no bueno. Alright, Joe gonna take this northerly path again. Wraith gonna get him fairly close to level 8. So, Joe maintaining that, you know, couple minute experience point lead. Both have all the same knowledge otherwise. Oh, there we go, Star Wyvern. And we one-shot the Star Wyvern. Easy money, level 8 incoming for Judge Joe. Survey says 0 strength, 4 agility, 3 hit points, 8 more magic. Okay. Healing would be phenomenal. This isn't an overall terrible zone, though, and it's a 20-second walk from start. Joe not messing around. Double hurt more on this Star Wyvern. Another 105 in the books. Exactly. Yeah, that's the nice thing about it being not too far from start. You can just get right back here, especially with the repel on, repelling some of those early enemies, and... Okay. I think every enemy in the game has ambushed Ryguy at this point. What an interesting set of enemies here, though, for Joe. Yeah, Joe, kind of walking back and forth, but, settling here. If he... No effect! Game, at least do us right and have us do like a 59 to the Star Wyvern and have it kill us. Versus, just no effect. Like, now we're wondering what could have been. I could have one-shot. I could be level 9 already. But there's level 7 for Ryguy, so continuing his, progression up the XP ladder. He just got to go a little further east and find that other zone that Joe was just in. Looks like Joe most likely heading straight back to there. So, oh, a Druid Lord shows up. I had a feeling, yeah, we've seen like 7 or 8 enemies in this general area, so we've been skirting some boundary lines here. But this guy will be level 9. I paused for a moment. I was just waiting to get DL2'd or killed in some way, shape, or form. But there we go. Joe to level 9. And we got 0 strength. 3 agility, 6 hit points, 10 more magic. That's 2 straight 0 strength gains. We're not very strong boys here. While I would recommend hurt more in this Wraith. You have 8 hurt mores. And no strength. It's just what I would recommend. Would definitely recommend hurt mooring. Meanwhile, Ryguy pressing out. Blue dragons abound everywhere, and he says, "Nope, there's your free return back to the castle." So we got red dragons to the south. We got blue dragons to the south, blue dragons to the east, and a moderately okay... See, this is what I was talking about. Do a 59 to the Star Wyvern, and then get sent back to the castle after we don't one-shot it. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now I feel seen. Alright. Ryguy trying to get to this level 8 at 600 experience. Meanwhile, Joe, I have a feeling we're just going to go right back. having healing of some nature would be giant at this point, and it will show up by level 16. I mean, it's required. Yep. Back and forth in the desert, crossing 2 zones. There's level 8 for Ryguy. First action on the Star Wyvern for Joe. Another 1 in 16. Yeah, sometimes it's going to be like that. Ryguy's in the western zone up here. There's but now he's over further if he gets any encounters. There is an Axe Knight somewhere in this desert. We saw one on Joe's screen, but I'm wondering if we might have even hit a north-south boundary at one point. I haven't been able to quite flesh that out, but Ryguy not going to stop over there. He's going to keep pressing. We're seeing a little bit more. Oh, maybe this is where Joe saw the Axe Knight. Maybe he was in another zone to the east when he ran into it. Ryguy does one-shot the Axe Knight. That's a nice pickup. 130. Stone Man, not ideal. Yeah, so here's what, that's right, this is where Joe died. And it definitely opens up on the other side a little bit. And dies right away. Alright, so just an empty amount of plains to the east there. Yeah, see, here's another new enemy for Joe. I think we're right on the border of quad zones, depending on how far north you go. Okay. Ryguy closing a little bit this experience gap, but this Star Wyvern, level 10 for Judge Joe. Let's see if level 10 comes with any amount of healing. We got some power. 12. 3, 1, 3. You know, the very, very important spell of Radiant. Very, very important spell of Radiant. Just crit on that metal slime. Scorpion, whichever metal enemy you want it to be. Alright, Joe gonna try and press east again. Would be nice for him, just from his perspective, to get the knowledge of the dead end over here. But turns around. And then turns around again. Alright. No, 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 not the metal slime. Put on repel. Meanwhile, Ryguy pressing a little bit different here. Boop. And Blue Dragon in approximately the same area says no to Ryguy yet again. So there we go. Joe gets the knowledge of this dead end. Comes across and searches a random tile. Does it again for good times, but 0 for 2. Only about another 12,000 tiles to go, and we might find it. Nice encounter rate on the plains tiles there for Joe. Guess we'll refresh him again, since he's frozen again anyway. There we go. Yeah, Joe keeps locking up every once in a while. Not much I can do about that. We'll try and keep him refreshed at times that won't be too impactful to monitoring for the seed. Meanwhile, Ryguy did hit level 9 there. And this metal slime ambushes, but doesn't pity breathe on him. Okay. That's 2. There's the breath. We always knew it was going to do it. Alright. The deaths will continue until heal shows up. HP looking pretty decent for where we're at. MP not too bad either. Otherwise, the 12 strength helps a little bit, but we did have quite a few either 0 or very low strength gains, so we're pretty weak still. We haven't gone south here yet. Last time Joe came down here, a blue dragon said nope. Looks like a river's going to block us unless we find a way down and around. And no, at least to that direction we did have another direction here. But yeah, Ryguy finding a fairly okay zone here. Okay. Yeah, zone boundaries and things are especially for where this seed has taken us so far, are fairly crucial. You definitely want to try and figure out who your enemies are and where. So going south is not the play. Going south, not the play. We get down here, we get full knowledge of absolutely nothing. And there's that blue dragon Joe ran into earlier. Lands the first hurt more this time. Level 10 for Ryguy. Double hurt more land. Alright, that's a big 180 for Judge Joe. The suspense is killing me. Ambush from the Demon Knight. Left this with 1 HP, which was sad. It just... no effect on the Axe Knight for Ryguy, and takes the L. You'll love to see it. But it's nice to see the 1 in 16s going both sides here. Joe's had a few of them already himself. But on the Star Wyverns. Okay. Joe just shy of 11. Ryguy at the start of 10. But first time they've been on the same level since level 1. Yeah, Axe Knight, decent chance to drop in 1, but the Magic Wyvern definitely going to drop. But we got 0 strength again. 5 agility, 9 hit points, 1 magic. Not a tremendous level. I mean, more HP. Again, still no ability to heal ourselves whatsoever. The only place we found is Rim. So the only healing you're getting there is from an inn. Can't buy any herbs. And this path over here where Ryguy's at seems to be our only path forward. Joe is fully aware of that. He has already seen the dead end up and around. He's already seen the dead end to the south of start. So he knows somewhere over in this area where they're at right now, not this bridge, but somewhere in this area they're at right now leads to the rest of this map. Looks like Ryguy's going to take the same bridge, find the same sadness on this island. I'm kind of getting that feeling as well. It's giving us that vibe, but we seem to be near the west coast, and if we go east on this next bridge over, or it could just wide open up into a giant map as well. Ambushes from Axe Knights, not ideal. Not ideal at all. We like Axe Knights, we just don't want them to ambush. But we do like to do 64s. It covers the majority of the range, and gets us lots of kills. There's the last herb, or... yeah, we got that herb, or we got 2 herbs out of the treasury, that's right. Alright, we got some opening over here. Look at this. Look at this. This is map. Joe is finding map. And Ryguy most likely to be right behind him because they're kind of walking together. Alright, so we got further east, a little bit north over there. We got this southerly path. And looks like we got to go into the desert. And oh yeah, we got a cave. We got paths for days. Alright, we got lots of options now. Lots of options. Can we get to this cave? Blue Dragon might have something to say about that. Don't. There you go. We got the grave. 3 chests up top. We do have keys, but the odds on being able to pull off a 25 HP dive is fairly low. We get a key in return here again. We got the dragon scale. Will we put it on? And an herb. I use that herb. I use the dragon scale. No? Alright, well, we'll have to keep an eye on Joe. Got a dragon scale, has not equipped it yet. Every tracker's worst nightmare. Although, poor Ryguy. Ambushed by the Axe Knight and got hit heavy. Will not come into this area yet. Knows it exists, like this whole section. But Joe diving. A fairly clean first floor overall. Bonks on the wall for good luck. I like to do that as well. and not because I miss menu at all. That's just bonking for good luck. Alright. Just hero walks straight to chest 4, dodging enemies left and right, and gets another herb. Use that herb. Use that herb. A one-shot werewolf. It did ambush, though. Uses the herb. Doesn't remember the dragon scale yet? Nope. So we have a dragon scale. We just have not equipped it for Joe. Strategic walk past of the steps to proc another werewolf. I like that strategy. And we one-shot it again. Do get ambushed again, though. No more herbs to top off with, though. Yeah, I think about the only way most people would remember it after forgetting an initial equip is if you go to sell for fairy water, and you're like, did I put this on? Typically, but okay. Werewolves exist in this grave, in case you weren't aware. Alright. Oh. No, that's why you hurt Morgan. That's why I said, oh. Yeah, you just use the second hurt more. Make sure you can cover the range. That's a shame. We're gonna orphan grave 5. Yeah, we're gonna orphan grave 5. And see where Joe wants to press now. I have a general feeling it's gonna be in that same relative area, as there's nowhere else to go. But unless the game forces us to, I don't foresee us diving grave anytime soon. It's gonna be the harp. Only time will tell. Meanwhile, Ryguy over here, getting sent back a little more frequently than Joe at this point. But, nearing that level 11. Ryguy constantly getting ambushed, though. He's been getting ambushed quite a bit in this seed. Joe, a $1.49 away from level 12. Ryguy getting level 11. Nice Axe Knights. Nice Axe Knights. So there's the confirmation of this dead end for Ryguy. Blue Dragons, don't do it. It might work. It's still not worth it. Again, it might work. Still not worth it. Just because you got lucky doesn't make it the right call. We got a town for Ryguy, but we got 5 power, 3 agility, 8 hit points, 20. Oh, Ryguy's back north up. Another 27 MP. My God, man, think of the children. He was back at the rim. Okay. All right. Ryguy fully aware of the direction he needs to go at this point. Joe desperately hoping for a town that allows us to heal in it. And no healing in sight right now. And we're to the East Coast and have not found a second town yet. Okay. Joe, don't do it. Don't do it, Joe. All right. Northeast corner. Okay. A lot of swamp here. No ability to heal. No ability to heal. Re-ups the rappel. We're one tile from seeing the top of the map. And I'm looking at his stream. I was like, I didn't miss crop. So he missed a whole strip of tile up there along the edge. Oh no, he got the way he's got his game set up. He's got half of the strip. That's a little strange. We got swamp south. Swamp south. We have no outside. A little dangerous. But of course, 59 one-shots. You'd love to see it. The spike will have to wait. We're hoping for Garanham. We do not get Garanham. We do get a narrow strip either direction, east-west. West looking to dead end? And it does. I think for the beta enjoyers out there, that looked like a sideways middle finger to this commentator. We're going to search here as well. We're over 3 on random searches, but that's okay. Those are 3 spots he knows he doesn't have to check if there are coordinates. Yeah, Beta likes to flip the bird to this whole game. We got another cave. We got another cave. We have no towns, but we have all... Oh, we have a single continent. We have came back around to the grave. Okay then, game. That's humorous. Very, very funny. Funny, funny. Ryguy, meanwhile, kind of following in the steps of Judge Joe up here in the northeast corner as well. Should he be able to get further west here, will ultimately come across the swamp south. We'll see what he opts to do at that moment. And yeah, Blue Dragon takes another victim here. Ryguy, not wanting to mess around, going to go ahead and flute this this golem. And you know, that kind of hurts his odds in my estimations. A knight, that's a pretty decent hurt mortal enemy right now. We'll take that. Alright. Coast checks for Ryguy here. Coming down just a little bit further. And Ryguy. Rogue Scorpion. And we got the jerk up here. Okay. Intriguing. And it actually does continue further west. Agreed. Joe somehow moved just a slight bit to north. To have that on screen. Because I believe Swamp South is coming up for Ryguy here in a second. Yeah, that was right off a screen too. Alright. Joe getting back across this bridge. Now knows of the single continent. Let's see which way he opts to go. There we go. Swamp South for Ryguy is going to press it. Ryguy, having not seen the grave yet, will not have knowledge that this is an immediate single continent, but level 12 for Ryguy. Gets the big MP. Is going to press the west as well first. We know it's a fairly quick dead end. Joe gonna keep getting these blue dragons. He's getting hit pretty decent, but getting some good rolls. Getting some good luck rolls there with the Hurtmore's landing. Demon Knight's got other things to say about him doing that too, the blue dragon though. Stone Man with sleep, how ironic. And Baby Breath. So Baby Wombo on the Stone Man. Just makes the Stone Man slightly obnoxious, but actually took less damage. Alright, Ryguy coming over in south, not going to immediately run into the grave, but is now getting close to the bottom, is what I was going to say, and sees the bottom. But is also in an area that we have not seen yet. Ryguy down to 5 MP, can't cast another repel without losing his last Hurtmore. Getting an encounter every single step. Alright, we got a whole 2 steps in between. You take that one. Yep, there we go. Alright, Joe, back to the bridge that leads us to everything. And the troll, Blue Dragon, has arrived. We got a cave down here for Ryguy. Joe gonna get another blue dragon, but man, at what cost? Down to 5 HP and no ability to heal. Ryguy, meanwhile, going to see the cave, not know what it is, and the Magic Wyvern says, you will have to wait a while. I think the story of the seed so far, everything is very far. Everything is far. We have Rim just nearby, keys available. Nothing else is anywhere close. So a huge piece of this is going to be once you get out there, staying out there. Once you find the town you can top off in, is not doing something silly to kill yourself. So that's the grave on Joe's screen there. And so Joe started to head back south and west, is now heading, well, maybe he's going to double check himself. Yep, that's still grave. So yeah, gonna maybe try and go south, but the enemies are everywhere. At least the Demon Knight's an equal opportunity hater. It keeps hitting him. Just shy of level 13 too. 13 could be the heal. It could be. So, but every death is miserable in this heat because it's such a long walk just to get there. Just to get back. You can see Ryguy's been walking for about a minute here, just now getting back to the bridge to everything. The same troll blue dragon here. Joe with Joe and Ryguy not too far off on exploration differences here between them. Joe with the swamp and single continent knowledge. Ryguy, as soon as he goes diagonal down to the east here, should see the grave, and we'll get caught up on that. Meanwhile, Ryguy does have knowledge of another cave along the coast, and the jerk cave up along the north coast. We don't know what the south coast cave was, though. Stone Man playing hardball with Joe. Ryguy can see the cave now. Getting all the encounters. Joe's still near start, almost down all of his HP already. That Stone Man was just wrecking his face. It's going to leave him just short. No, just over. Yeah, I can math. Alright, 13 coming in. We got 3 power, 1 agility, 0 hit points, 13 more magic. We just saw a flash of the stats. 52 strength for Joe at 13. 52 and 56. You've already been down here, Joe. This is a dead end, buddy. Ryguy finds out about the key, though. And what Dragon Scale, will he put it on? He puts it on. Alright. And his herb. He is going to use the herb. Will he try to dive this? No. Ryguy says, I am out of here. I used the herb you gave me. See you later. Alright. Going straight south. Ryguy. South and west of here is where that cave was, but does start going east. Okay. Oh, there's a coast pretty quickly to the east. Where are the towns? What is happening here? Where are the towns? We're gonna get like 4 towns next to each other? Hey, hey! It's one of those things. It's a town. It's Caitlin. It was right here the whole time. I know I wanted a square town too. They have things for sale. Nothing that we can buy or want to buy. Alright, Joe coming back down past where the grave is located. We know slightly south of here is Caitlin. He got Demon Knighted. He is heading towards that direction though. So Joe potentially going to see Caitlin in a moment. You know, once the stream catches up. There we go. I missed it if Ryguy bought anything. This is why I'm not allowed to track normally. Oh, that was a nice little large shield. Thank you so much. Alright, Joe topping off. Ryguy urban up. Joe urban up. And I mean you've already been sent back to start so many times. Go ahead and do whatever you're gonna do in this town. Go get those cords and take your death ward. Yeah, it's 6 steps before they're required to herb. 1 herb probably gets them to the old man if it's on the side where you don't have to take that extra step. It would be down to rolls of the herbs if they wanted to keep position. Yeah, see, 1 herb gets to the old man here for Ryguy. And we do have chords. 11 north, 57 east. Seems like that's going to be fairly straightforward. I think that's going to be fairly straightforward. Based off the way they've been going here. Large shield purchased as well for Joe. Ryguy taking the L either way. We'll see how Joe plays this. And the count has begun for Ryguy. Alright, what's Joe gonna do? He's gonna do the same thing, so I think we're gonna see 2 counts happening here. Ryguy, 1 step at a time. 1 step at a time. Alright, Joe counting north. Gonna be heading east here in a moment. Also 1 step at a time. It's pretty exciting. In fact, while Joe's 1 step at a time, I think we get him caught back up a little here. He's been locking up occasionally. It is dodging. It is dodging. Ryguy throws out another Hortmore as a result. Joe searches. Goes backwards 2. He skipped 1 tile. He searched and went back 2. I don't know if he realizes that. And now he's just searching everywhere. Oh, Lord Jesus, there's a fire. And I think he skipped back over that same tile. Oh, okay, we went further. Death Necklace on the chords. Death Necklace on the chords. Well, not exactly what we're hoping if you're a runner. Kind of humorous from my perspective. Yeah, you could tell Joe felt very confident in his north chords. So I can't say I blame him. Did Ryguy get it as well? He's been blowing things up so much I missed it. Thank you. Oh yeah, he's back in that one little zone here. Most likely hoping for some type of healing. Joe just keeps killing blue dragons. He can't get away with it. He can't keep getting away with this. I don't know the last time I've seen this many blue dragons voluntarily killed. This is absolutely amazing. Alright. Ryguy just shy of a level here. Gonna find out about all the fun news that level 13 is not the level that we're looking for. And I probably forgot to track a spell or 2 for Ryguy, but we'll get that all straightened out in a minute. Oh baby, there was a cave just west. Just west. Yeah, I've been lacking. Oh, mountain cave, okay. We like mountain cave. We like mountain cave. Top chest in mountain. That is kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Amazing that both of them came from the East Coast down and saw Cantland and didn't see this cave as a result. Wow. And think how long ago Joe was here at the grave. And the grave is only like a screen and a half north of this. Just amazing. Fighter's ring downstairs. We're going to put the fighter's ring on. Did we think about the dragon scale? Oh, no. As someone that has mismenued a fairy flute before, myself, I will laugh heartily at that. But no, we're not going to ever remember this dragon scale. We got some gold. Some more gold. But yeah, that, yeah, at least, you know, he misclicked it trying to put the fighter's ring on, not on the first swing of a Dragon Lord 2 fight in a tournament race. And we got a fairy water at the end. Luckily, it didn't cost me, but it did cost me a Healmore. I'm so outraged. It's so good. All right, so big find for Joe here. Thinking through what we've not seen so far. We've not seen Tablet Cave and Stones Caves. We've not seen Cole, Hawksness, Garenham. I don't know. Usually when I'm doing commentary, I'll keep self notes, but trying to remember the push buttons on some things. I'm not able to keep self notes like normal. All right, Ryguy finds a dead end east coast through a swamp. Not sure exactly where he is at. I didn't get to watch him come over, but all right, we're back into Camp Window to top off, get some more herbage. Herbage very important right now for additional healing, but that Erdrick's armor even more important. Well, we're going to sell the fighter's ring. Okay. We didn't sell the Dragon Scale though. We didn't sell the Dragon Scale, so maybe we're just gonna hold that Dragon Scale for a later application. We don't want to repel too much early. You never know. It's amazing. This is just amazing. All right, this is the Blue Dragon fight I've been expecting this whole time. No effects, no effects, no effects. There we go. Those are the Blue Dragons I know. Does land the second one, but I mean, it took 5 of them. That's the normal Blue Dragon experience. Gosh, I was like, don't eat an herb. Just go back in and top off. Okay. So, dead end down here. We know there's another cave west of here. We definitely know there's another cave west of here. We saw it from Ryguy's perspective early on. Or earlier, I should say. Ooh, not... Ryguy back to Cantland. Still hasn't seen Mountain, but as soon as he comes west out of here, should be able to see that. I'm telling you, it's going to set a new record for Blue Dragon being killed in a seed that didn't require you to kill Blue Dragons. You know, more power to him. He's getting away with murder here. This is tempting the fates, and Sherlock might not like that. But what was that, like 6 or 7 Blue Dragons now? It's amazing. There's that cave we saw from Ryguy's perspective. He got Magic Wyverned out here. He does a quick check of the stats. Oh, this might be that same zone Ryguy was grinding in up closer to start. To the east there, near where the cords were. Down to the cave we come. And we got the Tablet Cave. Alright. Dweem coming into the race just shy of an hour. Hope your practice went well, Dweem. But we have an interesting one so far. Ryguy sees the cave, going to go in the mountain and get the very important Erdrick's armor should the game allow him to. At the bottom of Erdrick's cave, we have Erdrick's wings. You'll love to see it. Yeah, this seed, we have Nearby Rim at start, level 4 hurt more, and then everything else is very far away. We haven't seen Sherlock yet. Yeah, everything else is very far away. It is a single continent. Judge Joe should have full knowledge of that. Ryguy does not as of yet. But that's another location off the list. Are we down to just Stones Cave left? If so, that's in the back of the ham. We do still have Cole and Hawksness outstanding as well. So 3 towns and a giant castle. Oh, there's one of our towns. And we got Cole. All right. We had 2 curse belts. We had coordinates. So likely all 3 are in play, but we'll see what Cole's doing, if anything. Cole has a big stick. All right. Cole has a big stick. And this makes Deep Grave super likely to be required. Yeah, the Jerk Cave being in that far north coast, for sure. We do have more land up that way as well. Both runners opting to go through the swamp. Should the southwest exploration not pay off for Joe? But this Blue Dragon's going to pay. Joe has lots of hurt mores. And this Blue Dragon must die. Oh, we're going to swing now. We got a sword. We don't have a lot of strength, but we got a sword. Level 14 for Joe. 8 power, 1 agility, 9 hit points. There's the baby heal. 8 power, kind of nice. We're up to 57 agility. Now that Joe has the sword and Fighter's Ring of Crimp, we're at 102 attack power. We have hit triple digits. I believe Ryguy kind of following in Joe's footsteps here, heading in the same general direction. Did Ryguy overlook the tablet cave? Or have we not made it to it yet? Oh, that's a dead end. I've seen dead ends before. This is definitely a dead end. Oh, I like that little island down there. Yeah, either Ryguy did the tablet cave and I missed it, or just never went back down to it. But he's going to come up here. He's going to get him a stick as well. It's pretty big. That's what they say. Alright, doesn't look like a lot of action happening on the rest of this area here. Looks to be cut off by water, and I think that's... I was going to say something about that synth, but, well, we got Baby Breath on Wizards. Haha, for a club. I mean, you gotta at least... If you're going to sell your big stick, you gotta at least sell it for a copper sword. Alright. So, Ryguy getting the rest of the information about the nothingness that is the same exact area. And I think all we have left is the area back through to the north. Which would be a lot faster to go through this swamp cave that Joe should know exactly where it's at. It's just back to the north and slightly west up here. But was anything past here? No, that's right. It was a dead end. It was a dead end to the west there, so... Is he going to get... I was going to say, is he going to give us a check on the tile? And it looks like we're going to. So at this point, we do not have a guaranteed item in Hawksness, but strong likelihood. Haven't seen a third curse belt as of yet, though. Ryguy sees that cave. He sees that cave. Ryguy gonna... Has he put the pieces together? I think he has. Okay, good. So Ryguy's got the information now. That's why he didn't head towards it. He knows it's a single continent. But I'll be honest, going back through the cave's faster to get back to where you haven't been. There's Sharlock just above it. Okay. Information. That's how you hide Sharlock in the middle of a map. And that's all that was there. Wow. Okay. Joe never walked up here, so I just assumed he had already been in this area, but obviously he has not. Yeah, we're gonna swing at blue dragons. We're gonna hurt more of them, and they must die. It happens. That's all I can say. It happens. It boggles my mind, but it happens. So Joe going to go through. So now Joe going to miss another crucial place. He somehow overlooked the jerk by being just like 1 or 2 tiles too far north when he walked west to the swamp south tile in the first place, and now has not come across Sharlock. But he is going to give us an immediate look past, and here's one of our missing towns. Oh wait, we got Breck out here too, so... But it's going to be Hawksness first. Hawksness, again, not a guaranteed item on the search, but decent likelihood. We need all of the items to still get into Sharlock. And that is a nice green dragon. We're hoping that one of those towns is nearby. We do a search, and we do get a token. Token and Hawks. Well, Ryguy getting the info about Grave here, I believe. Or, I mean, Swamp. Joe with a moderate XP lead, though, is, he's been doing fairly well here. He got out of the gate okay and has kind of just maintained ever since. I think the biggest difference is, Joe taking on all these blue dragons here as of late. I mean, he's getting them. He has barely been punished. I don't think he's accidentally died to a single blue dragon that he was actually trying to kill. Thinking back, he got down to 3 HP on that one. Ryguy, different path out of the cave. Going to go west first, going to miss the Hawksness, but tell us one of our other towns. And, oh heck, it's Breck. Only good for a top off. You have everything else you are going to want, unless you want to do a really late game gold grind, and they have a silver shield. We do have a gold grind available, should a runner want to do it, but doesn't feel great to want to do it. And that's level 15 for Judge Joe. 2 power, 10 agility, 3-7. We get outside. We get heal more. All right, all right. Oh, Joe, don't do it, buddy. No. Don't do it. Not the flute. Would have been humorous to have the scale get equipped by Miss Menu in it. The golem hath woken up. What is this little path that Ryguy is going down, and it just juts off further? And, you know, you just stick the just crit. There you go, look at that. It's that easy. It's that easy. Yeah, like, there's level 14 for Ryguy. Yeah, I mean, we're still missing 2 towns. From our perspective, the runners are missing 3 each. There we go. He's going to find Breckenary. Get a pretty needed top off, to be quite honest, here on Joe's part. So, well placed Breck for Joe. Interesting that, you know, that little bit of a miss to the south of Swamp for Ryguy, but there it is. He's coming back around the hard way to Hawks. We got this little strip to the north. Amazing. Where are these last 2 towns? I'll be honest, not mapping. I have poor spatial awareness on where I may be on this map at this point, but I feel that's back to Swamp. I have no clue. I thought that's where Ryguy just checked, was south of Swamp here. But yeah, there might be... Yeah, he came through here and went through this little strip. And then turned around and had to come back. It's got a bridge and goes to other things here. This map is funny. This map is very funny. Yeah, just little strips of land here and there. I'll assume we got a token over on Ryguy's side. He's a fan of searching search spots. I was hoping for Joe's sake that, yeah, there it is. There's the jerk right there. I was hoping for Joe's sake that him doing this, he would see the jerk. And he will. He's got a very long walk back from this dead end. Because this definitely goes nowhere. Ryguy, knowledge of where Breck is from here. I'm going to go ahead and take him some grinding. Oh, we're just heading back. I wonder if Joe recognized that cave up there at all. Because he definitely hasn't been there. This is interesting. So I don't know if Joe maps or not. But he is starting to head south here again, and unless both these runners have missed something, they have both marked off the south, and I think we did as well as having nothing. Alright, a golem down for Joe. Yeah, level 15 here for Joe. We have 104 attack power and 67 agility to go with our other stats. Oh, that's right. Joe never came over here and did this dead end. We saw Ryguy do it quite a while ago, but Joe definitely never came over. Not going to help him, but it's more knocked off the list. We have the 3 chests in Garanham still. So we do have 3 chests in Garanham, so not a guaranteed deep grave is needed as of yet, but the game likes to troll. Yeah, the game likes to troll when we have 5 checks left. We have Staff Cave, nice starting with a crit. You'll love to see that if you're a Judge Joe fan. Crit plus a follow-up, not enough. Decent odds here, and not enough, so we have a high HP golem. But he's going to be dead now. Alright. Not going to refresh Joe's stream yet. He's only 8 seconds behind. Level 15 for Ryguy. Going to get, most importantly on this level, that Spell of Heal more. It is dodgy, but does take out a Demonite. You know, I think that's well-deserved, you know, comeuppance for that Demonite. It was kind of rude to Joe earlier. It's been kind of rude. All right, now we're going to leg out a little more. There we go. We're back. Judge Joe's back. Well, like I said, we'll keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on his difference in time. Let him get a little behind. Refresh at a consequential part instead of now. Ryguy last hurt more, takes out a knight on the way into Breck to top it off here. Well, Joe, he's coming back over to this dead end. I think he I don't think he recognized the jerk cave as a cave he's not seen. Because he had it on screen, or he was so focused on his stuff he didn't notice it across the water. But I don't think he knows where anything else is. We know from our perspective he missed Sharlock just north of where the Swamp North exit is. But both runners, no idea where these last 2 towns are. And... oh yeah. Or... town. Hey. Back across this bridge. We're gonna go east. Well... Ryguy trying to flush it out as well, and from Joe's perspective at least, we didn't see anything else up in this area. Yeah, back to the rainbow drop. So Ryguy's been there twice, and Joe's been there 0. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very confused on what's left on this map, but because I thought we saw the northeast corner from both our perspectives when they first came up to the northeast, and then came back west, ran into the rainbow, and then basically just went across the whole map. But yeah, there's a fairly crucial town hiding somewhere, because at minimum it has at least one of our required items, and possibly both. Joe maintaining that approximately 2,000 XP point lead. Getting level 16. 9 power, 0 agility, 12-7, and sleep. Oh yeah, they both got healed a while ago. I'm a little slow. It's okay. You know, and I even said it out loud that Ryguy got heal more. I didn't press a button. But now I've pressed all the buttons. Yeah, we're at 71 strength. That's correct. 113 attack right now. 113 attack. Ryguy back to where Hawksness is. Joe not too far away from all of this mess. For Joe's sake, I hope he at least sees the rainbow drop proper this time. Just to have the knowledge. But yeah, Ryguy, that's back to Swamp. And he's going to go back through Swamp. He's explored this northern edge. Okay. There it is. All right, Joe going to come across the Rainbow Drop Cave. Now knows where that's at. But he's heading back over to this area that now they've both very in-depth looked at, and there is nothing else over here. We got the Swamp Cave, we've got Hawksness, and we got Breckenary on the coast, and a whole lot of nothing else. So Ryguy back over Central East Coast, and he's going to follow the path back to the north as well. No, there was a little up area just over here past Grave, and look at it. Ryguy has solved the mystery. Holy cow. There's just a little jut out to the northeast of Grave. And we have herbed ourselves till we can herb no more. So this is an interesting position. Joe's kind of on a clock to find locations at this point. Because Ryguy's got all the locations. He's going to have all the information one way or the other from here. We got gold in the bottom left. We got Curse Belt 3. Thanks, game. And we do have the stones. We're down to 50-50 here. Do the Stones Cave have the harp? Or is harp vanilla? Grade 5. Oh, don't play with us, game. We need to see things. Alright. Stones Cave. Stones Cave, what do you have for us? What is this old man hiding? Survey says, it's the harp. We do not have to dive the grave. Alright. I hit the wrong thing there. Oh no. Oh no. I could just load it up. He came right back to do this. He's got a long walk to go get this. This is interesting from Joe. He's missing things. But we're going to go ahead and grind while we're here. And you know what? I mean, we have to grind at some point. And you're in the area, you might as well. But, plus it could, you know, it can help clear your mind, to be honest. You're sitting there, if you are mapping, like me, I'd be staring at my map now, like, why am I such an idiot and constantly mismapping and marking things where they shouldn't be, or where something should exist and doesn't. Or if you don't, and you just mental map, you know, you could just be sitting there trying to go through it all in your mind as well, so it gives you a little bit of a reset time here as well. But, it's going to be interesting. Ryguy's just got to basically go back to where Joe's at to do his grinding, and the rainbow's on the way. Though I'll be honest, I think going through Swamp is faster. And that does appear to possibly be the way, right? Well, you have to go this way regardless. If he goes south from here, he'll go hit the Swamp Cave. If he goes east, he's going to take the long walk around. But I'm pretty sure going through Swamp is faster. Okay. Well, we're seeing grinding from Joe, who does absolutely have to find Garenham. Two of two of our very crucial items absolutely required to get into Sharlock inside the ham and underneath the ham. Alright. Southeast from here, that's a dead end, yep. Right there's the grave. It's amazing. You can see the little path here from Ryguy's screen on the top right that leads to the ham. And we've been by here multiple times, especially on Joe's side, but even from Ryguy's side. And to just not take that little upturn. Crazy. Yeah, I just hope for Joe's sake he has some semblance of an idea of where he needs to try and look. But Ryguy quickly heading back towards the swamp cave here. That path up there is to Sharlock. This bridge here is the path to the swamp. Yeah, Joe hasn't seen Sharlock. It's right there above the swamp entrance. So yeah, he's missed two little jut outs on either side of grave, basically. Ooh, Joe playing with fire here, so to speak. Taking it down to the wire on that green dragon. That is level 17, though. Moves us to 2800. Was that what it was? Wow. Okay, that was a level. We're up to 115 attack power. 115 attack power. We are up to 75 agility. We're kind of crescendoing past that sweet spot at this point, so kind of want to see that slow down a little bit. But Swamp Spike was a blue dragon. Yeah, Joe was playing with fire there, unless he wants to just go ahead and get out into the overworld. Almost assuredly going to be Death Necklace eligible. We have 15 heal mores. We're in dire straits here for Joe fans. We are re-exploring an area that we have absolutely fully cleared. And so this tells me Joe doesn't know where he needs to go looking. And that sucks. Map boss is one of the worst bosses of this game. By far. Alright, Ryguy coming around, about to pick up his rainbow finally. He's been getting encounters like it's going out of style. Once he leaves here, he'll have to run all the way over the Breck, top off, and then come back around to Hawksnest. But we'll be fully dedicated into a Green Dragon grind here in a moment. Yeah, rewalking the map is absolutely soul-crushing. It's one of the most miserable experiences of this game. Even from just a terrible grind or a slog, I feel like it's more miserable. Because a grind or a slog, you don't have control over. The game is the game, but the map boss is definitely on you. And that's what sucks. You start to contemplate life. The whole nine. Alright, so by the time he gets into his grind, going to be about a 3k XP lead for Joe, as the Blue Dragons must continue to die. Blue Dragons must die. That has been Joe's motto since Hurtmore came. And you know what? Who am I to judge? It's been working out for him. I said, this is a terrible idea. And Judge Joe has continually proved me wrong, so shame on me. So there's the confirmation of the full dead end down here for Joe. Let's see which part of the world he decides to go looking, because he's got two locations left to find. And the worst part, like if you're the runner in this position, you're like, I'm missing an entire Sharlock. It's not a one tile square I'm missing a 7x7. Ryguy not gonna mess around with these golems. He's got a date with green dragons. Although if he would have fought the two golems, he'd already be at the level. Awesome, thanks for that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Strike it from the record. boom. That schedule might actually work. The first one, just a link to Hoodie's PayPal, if you want to, or Venmoing. Oh, Destiny, Destiny. Why, you gotta be cursing, sir. As a tourney admin, I expect more out of you. Ah, that's okay. People can read the rules doc, too. Then beta is semi-qualified. Just like my tracker is semi-automated. I like this. I like a lot of semis in here. Golems will continue to die. Blue dragons will continue to die. Green dragons absolutely will continue to die. And I guess, you know, I should push some buttons here because we definitely said these things out loud, but we didn't track these things. So for those of you joining us, roughly an hour 23 and 40 seconds into this, we have the story of the seed currently is Judge Joe is missing a giant Sharlock and a small Garanham. The small Garanham also has the Stones Cave in the basement, and between the two has both our harp and our stones. Meanwhile, Ryguy has located both of those things along with all the other things and has gotten into a dedicated grind on a green dragon with about a 3,500 XP deficit, but has put Joe on a clock, so to speak. Joe is so close to Sharlock right now, he doesn't understand how close he is to Sharlock. It's literally maybe 25 tiles southwest of him right now. And Garanham is about 35 tiles east of him. He is where he needs to be. He doesn't know this, but he's where he needs to be. He's got to go down across this bridge, back to the south there. And then it's one to the west, one to the east. There's just a lot of water in between. I'm almost positive, like, if you walk down to the coast there, he would see it. But I have a feeling it looks like he's going back northeast. And the green dragons, meanwhile, for Ryguy, will continue to die. Will continue to die. Yeah, we're going back northeast. This stinks for Joe. Not where he needs to be. And maybe he understands that because, yeah, he's been up here several times. Alright. So we've narrowed down the scope of search from Joe's perspective. And one thing to keep in mind, Joe is not done grinding. Joe has to grind still. The patch of land to the west here, after you go down, that's where Sharlock is. He's just got to go down to the left here. And that little patch of land to the northeast, that's where the ham is. So he's right there. He's right there on both of these. And he's just got to, right here, got to go up. All right, so we're going to find the more important of the two first. It'll still probably be a little confusing because a giant Sharlock is missing. Being grind and go with Sharlock missing also feels very terrible. I've definitely had that a few times. But yeah, 14,250 about to come around here for Joe. And if 18 is go, which it very well could be. I mean, we're really, really close to go stats here. Only 115 attack, but we have 15 heal mores as it stands at level 18 or 17. 15 heal mores and 127, 128 HP, somewhere in that neighborhood max. So almost assuredly going to be able to death necklace. Golem will be the level for Joe. We'll see what the Golem says. Oh baby, Golem down, level 18. Oh yeah, that's go and then some. Holy cow. That is all the go that you ever could go. This will be very interesting. This is going to be very interesting. Joe's got a little bit of walking to do. Because he's got to get these items in here. He'll clear all 4 chests because it'll be the 4th chest that gives him his harp. And then he's got to go all the way back to start to get the staff out of the basement. And he's got to go all the way back to the central north to get to the rainbow. And then go to a Sharlock that he doesn't know where it is. Meanwhile, Ryguy back to that 3,000 XP deficit after having to do a reset, and the golem's giving Joe a slight edge there. Yeah, and Sharlock is maybe 45 steps west of here. It's like 45 steps west of here. But I think from Joe's perspective, he has solidified that northeast north path, nothing. The south path, absolutely nothing. So he almost assuredly has to know it's in that area now. So Joe, I think, still in the lead at this point. So for those, because we don't have any actual stat tracking right now, Joe is at 130 attack power, 81 agility, and a 135 max HP with 120 max MP. So we have 15 Healmores on 130 and double potentials. I guess if you wanted, you could throw the Death Necklace on to increase by 10, but up to you. It's one of those ones where it's your call to make, I guess. Slightly lower rolls. Level 17 for Ryguy. He's got to get one more. He's thinking about this though. He's like, can I pull this off? Can I go 96? Is it 96 or 95? 96, I think. He's gonna go. He's gonna go get him Fairy Water and try and make this work with 125 attack and some Fairy Water. Yeah, to be fair, you're absolutely right. I didn't have my sheet up that I always cheat off of. Yeah, 18 swings, 15 Healmores. He's got a chance at a double, though, as well, at 127. Yeah, I actually don't hate this play. I think you just take the Fairy Waters almost are more just to make you feel more comfortable than anything else. I think it's completely doable without them. Of course, that's when the game will never give you a single double. That's the big kicker. 9, yeah, one of those two numbers. Either way, it's a little. That's the part that makes it sketchy to me. But done. Yeah, just subtract the HP. Stupid commentator. All right, here comes a rainbow for Joe. Meanwhile, we're urban up on Ryguy's side. I think going over the swamp and going through swamp, I mean, we know that was way so much faster. Where do you top off at? I guess Breck? I mean, he wanted to go to Breck for Fairy Water, but is that the closest location? Whoop. I'm trying to mentally picture where the towns were down there. Cantlin, maybe? No, I mean, he would have went to Cantlin if it was Cantlin closer. Oh, he came over the Breck, going to go back through Swamp. Okay. I'll be honest, I think Cantlin was just as close without having to go through Swamp. Because it was just southwest of, or just south of Grave, which is just east of Sharlock. Alright, Joe, heading down where we know he needs to go. He still has to find a town and top off. Ryguy definitely going to be in the Sharlock first, which is just up here. And there we go. Oh yeah, we got some things on Joe's side. Sharlock entry 131.47 for Ryguy. And here we go. Alright, Joe's getting ready to top off into town. I'm gonna reload him. He's gotten about 20 seconds behind us here. Alright, we saw a red. 81 agility. This blue dragon is getting back at Joe for all of his brethren that died so long ago. Alright, so Joe doesn't quite understand where Sherlock is. We obviously know he hasn't seen it. He does know it has to be in this general vicinity, but he's on the bottom half of this and he needs to be on the upper half of this. Well, okay, well, no, we just got the edge of the world down at the bottom. Okay? Right here. Right here. Keep going straight. Exactly straight. He's just got to go straight. Swamp Cave is just west of Joe right now. He's just got to go straight north. Red Dragons, though. Red Dragons. Those are kind of fun. We're seeing them on Ryguy's side. And an herb and 2 get used. Alright. Straight up. See, he hasn't been up here at all, so he'll probably check the whole thing. We'll take him long, though. Sherlock just north. Just north. Yeah, Joe working with a ton of bonus resources at the end of the day. Takes a cursory look at that 81 agility. Yep, I told you when we were at 75, that was already getting on the edge of getting out of the sweet spot. And that 81 took it, might have just overflowed us. Joe going in 1 herb down. Ryguy, meanwhile, in zone 2, through the diamond floor. Okay. We get a game. There's enemies in here. I don't know. Is Ryguy talking? Anybody know? He was talking earlier. I don't know if he ever muted or not. Yeah, I didn't think so either. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to... I was like, I'm not risking Ryguy right now. Especially after, you know, herbage and run fails and such. I'm sure it's a little spicy for it's too hot for TV. Okay, thank you for confirmation. Yeah, I assumed he was going to be. Well, Joe getting a lot of encounters early here. Meanwhile, Ryguy about to see the light. About to see the light. And there we go. Balls of light. The stupid Dragon Lord needs to get a sump pump or something. We got a lot of underwater basement here, and that's going to cause some foundation issues if we don't get that handled. Alright, well, Joe hopefully getting all his Sherlock encounters in Zone 1. Excuse me. Boop. Yeah, not going to be a free fight for Ryguy. Not going to be a free fight. So Joe in a very, very excellent position to just come through with the level that makes this almost completely free. Should Ryguy not be successful here? We have an Axe Knight on the spike. Only a 26 to start. From Ryguy's perspective, he only has 115 attack power right now, so we do 3-shot the Axe Knight. That 35 would have been nice a couple times. One more herb down. And an Axe Knight greets him at the Dragon Lord. Last herb goes down for another 13 gain, and Ryguy gonna press B. B call to full. And here we go. Let's see. We have no ability to heal outside of spell usage in this fight as well. Unlikely to be put into damage that requires it, but still we're gonna go in down. Unless we get some stop spell love. Double hurt more so far. 220 somethings as well. There's a stop spell. We'll take it. We'll take it. And does get him down in 3. Dragon Lord 2. Who goes first? Oh, no. 42 will require a heal more out the gate. All right. We're going to Fairy Water to start. That's an 11. That's a min roll for a 20. Lights on the left side here for Judge Joe. Meanwhile, in very prime position, we're in danger after a max DL2, and he's going to double heal more. He is not going to take the risk. There's a 14 for 34. Yeah, I think if you're gonna death necklace the 96, you have to risk your 48s. Maybe he thought he has enough wiggle room though. We'll find out. But we're at 45. Joe finding all the enemies again. Last fairy water takes us to 58. Okay. And that's 64. That 6 should let him know. We're not in a great spot. You know who is? Judge Joe. 75. 51 physical from the Dragon Lord. He didn't get punished when he was at the 50 before. Gets physical for 49. We double heal more. Yeah, we're only at 75. We're down to 5 heal mores here, and we're in a danger right now. Joe pre-death necklacing. 84 for Ryguy. Yeah, we're in a bit of dire straits here. I'm gonna need some good rolls here. 95. Down to 3 heal mores. 105. Joe into the Dragon Lord 2 fight. 116. Joe at a 14 to start. Remember, Joe's going to be doing 10 to 20. 125 for Ryguy, final heal more. Yeah, 134. And 146. Or 141. Definitely not getting into the range. I missed Joe's second swing, but I'm not even going to have to count it. Unless Joe mismenus, he is absolutely... And there's a max roll alone. Joe is absolutely set to take this race. Got that extra level. Joe... The story of this seed for Joe, as he's going through this Dragon Lord fight, just started out strong, stayed grinding. A little bit of an exploration lead through the first half to 2/3, I would say. Kind of just a couple steps ahead of Ryguy for most of the part. Did have a couple misses though, that ultimately didn't come back to haunt him. Possibly cost him a few minutes of time having to re-explore some areas, but. Yeah, Joe swinging fairly well here intermittently, so we've got to be well on our way to a W. That's a min roll, but see how this goes. Like I said, I missed the second swing and I wasn't even going to try to count at that point. Oh, look at that. 5 heal mores remaining for Judge Joe. Get your GGs out in chat. Judge Joe gonna take tonight's race, move to 2-1. And again, like when I was talking at the beginning of this race, this is a very competitive group that with this win by Judge Joe just completely keeps this group wide open on who may be in our top 3 slots. Official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 23 seconds. Nicely played. Very nicely played. The viewers want a tiebreak. I mean, you ain't lying about that. I will still stand behind all them Blue Dragon fights being terrible, even if they paid off. He did very well through them all. And that's the stat I want to see. That's the stat I'm ready to look at. How many Blue Dragons did Joe take out? Had to be 9 or 10. All right, we will not be switching over to Ryguy's audio. I'm sure Ryguy audio is not approved for restream purposes. 5 Demon Knight deaths. 13 Blue Dragons. 13 Blue Dragons. My goodness. Wow. Lucky 13 Blues. 180 each. You'd love to see it. I was going to try and pause it on that part, but he'll probably let it run through a second time, maybe. We'll find out. Nope. Nope, we're just pausing again. Alright. Alright, Ryguy. Going to get him some herbs. Does look like he wants to attempt this level again. We'll have to do the dive with the Death Necklace on. We'll have to do the dive with the Death Necklace on. And, we know there are red dragons in the top zone. 81 agility, so not entirely free to get down and, you know, just being down that 25% of your health. He had a 127 max before. And topped off, refreshed, Ryguy heading back to the swamp. Going to come through and make a play. GG, Judge Joe. Yeah, very, very nicely done, man. We were all very worried when you missed the Rainbow Drop Cave the first time to your north. You saw it again on the second time up that way, but it was across the water. And then I'm sure you weren't panicked at all when you're at the end of the seed and you still haven't found a giant Sharlock, and wondering where the heck this Sharlock is located. Always amazing to have Sharlock be the final location to locate. If you watch this back, don't take it wrong. I was harassing you about blue dragons. It obviously worked for you. It should never work. But I mean, 13 blue dragons says it all, man. You were intent on killing them, and it never punished you once. Never punished you once. DL2 on the red dragon. I don't know that we saw that from either runner the first time, but I didn't quite get to see all of the red dragon encounters. Okay then. Ryguy, story of the seed, Joe, for you is you got out. Another DL2 from a red dragon. We're in danger, and we do not run. And we do not run. We get away with 20. Yikes, man. This is going to be a resource hog. Yeah, the red dragons. But you got out to an XP lead early. You settled just in the zone and grinded. Got to that really pivotal level 4 hurt more. Kept it moving. It is a lot. Absolutely. Kept it moving. Ryguy kept trying to press a little bit. Didn't get as lucky with encounters in zone 0. So a little behind on XP for quite a bit of the seed, to be quite honest. If I recall, you both... the first time he caught back up in levels to you was when you were both on level 10, but you were at the tail end of level 10 while he was at the start of level 10. And Red Dragon gets away. And exploration, for the most part, you were slightly ahead outside of the fact that those few locations kind of hid from you. And that's where Ryguy got ahead on exploration and got into a green dragon grind with about a 3,000 experience point deficit from his perspective. So he was about 3,000 XP behind you. You had to go find the things. And ultimately, he decided to try and make level 17 work. With Death Necklace on, he's at 96. And can be hit for 51. And did get hit for 51 at least once. But came up short on the first fight. Didn't get killed did do a couple double heal mores. Got up to 141. So definitely didn't get into the range. But he's also only got 125 attack power. So not ideal. The only other thing for you, Joe, you picked up a dragon scale and then absolutely refused to ever equip the dragon scale. And it kind of made us all a little sad. You got the fighter's ring right away. No dragon scale. So you had it, you never equipped it. So you left 2 defense on the table. And then what was funny is you went into a shop and you sold the fighter's ring, didn't sell the dragon scale. You sold the fighter's ring, had the dragon scale, didn't even sell the dragon scale, and then when you went to play a flute, you almost did the dragon scale in error on a golem, and that actually would have gotten it equipped for you. But yeah, it was kind of humorous. And we were talking, once you forget about something like that, unless you have to go sell everything and it might jog your brain, you're never going to remember. So it was inevitable that was going to be the case. But no, you played this extremely well, and this map was a little convoluted. So not absurd for either of you to not find certain locations. I think it's hilarious where Garanham ultimately ended up being. It was right just northeast of the grave that you had found so much earlier. And for Ryguy, that was the last location he found as well. So Garanham just in that little jut off to the northeast of grave, just kind of waiting for the end. But here we go. Ryguy coming around the top on the final floor. We will not have his audio because his audio is full of curse-ridden tirades right now, I am sure. But we can I can always pull up the flute and just put that on repeat. I can just have the flute noise playing on repeat after I think I destroyed 74 people's eardrums the other night, not realizing the volume on that got turned up somehow, and I almost blew my own eardrums out. All right. How loud is that? There. A little background noise. Look at us. Ryguy not doing so hot on HP front. Not doing so hot on the HP front. We'll have to use a heal more during this fight. Gets the stop spell from DL1. Physical, I think you just swing through, and you do. Into Dragon Lord 2. Down to heal more again. Will he get first action? He does this time. We'll immediately start with his Fairy Water. So here we go. Gets a max out of the gate. 16. Fairy Water number 2. That's 30. In danger. Will fight through danger this time. Gets a 13 to 43 and does not get punished. Okay. Another max breath. Will Fairy Water again. Gets physical. Is alive. 54. Now physical for 48. Last Fairy Water. Will leave us at 64. Stays alive. And here we go. Remember, 51 max available on the Dragon Lord's attack here. 75. That puts us at 82. Okay, safe swing here. 91. That is 102. Safe swing here. 110. Using number 5, 4 heal mores left. Another safe swing. 120. Okay. Dragon Lord kind of starting to be a little nice. We'll take 10s the rest of the way. 130. 10s will work the entire way. As long as we get all our swings. We are in safe position. Yeah, no items. 138. Yeah, you unfortunately got nothing. That stinks. 1 heal more remaining after that. In a safe position still. A lot of physicals. 150, so we are in kill range here. And it's guaranteed. No, it wasn't guaranteed. I forgot how low the roll weightings was. But 156, and we had at least one swing on. So not guaranteed, but commentator's blessing. So get some GGs out in chat for Ryguy. Second dive, best dive. Will come up just short tonight, but ultimately played a pretty daggone good race. Not quite a Ryguy type seed where you press out and get lucky, and there was just nothing near start. Just nothing near start. I think that was the biggest thing was just start had nothing. Outside of honestly for the beginning mostly useless keys. Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, you obviously gotta get lucky not having roll up high or any of that other janky stuff, but yeah, buddy, we'll let it run through Ryguy stuff here real fast, and then we might be ahead of them going live, but there is a restream happening on DWR Randomizer at 9 p.m. I know Veil UV is racing because he mentioned it earlier. Let me pull up my upcoming matches here. Smashy, Veil UV. Yeah, that's at 9 p.m. That'll be our last race of this evening. But yeah, let's get these stats through here. We'll ship it on over there. Yeah, I mean, Ryguy doesn't know it, but if he doesn't try the dive at 17, he has no chance to win at all, since Joe was at 18 and just behind him getting ready to dive. So ultimately, it ultimately was the best move for Ryguy. Just unfortunate, maybe didn't understand exactly where exactly he was on his ability to do physicals, or overthought how much or underthought how much damage the Dragon Lord could do, because it was a little brutal. It hit him for a 51 and 250s along the way, a 49 along the way. So yeah, that first Dragon Lord was a heavy hitter for sure. A lot more breathy boy as well. All right, but anyway, yeah, like I said, we're gonna get this thing going. We're gonna get it over the DW Randomizer. Watch what should hopefully be a fantastic match. Both very fun runners in our community. And then keep an ear out. We have an absolute ton of races tomorrow for a Saturday. We have, holy crap, we have 3 12 p.m. Eastern races. 3 12 p.m. Eastern races. When I put my race in there was none. There's a 1 p.m. Eastern race, a 2 p.m. Eastern race. And then the latest race tomorrow is 5 p.m. Eastern. That one is scheduled for sure to be on DWR Randomizer. The others, maybe a future vodcast or a live red slime zone should somebody be available to put those up. So just keep an ear out. Keep an eye on that schedule. I know we posted it in chat earlier. Keep an eye on that schedule. If anything pops up, it'll get updated on there typically pretty quick. Our admins have been baller at updating the schedule as quickly as possible. Everybody wants to race the hoodie time slot, so there's that schedule there. Yeah, keep an eye on that guy. But again, what a fantastic race by both Joe and Ryguy, with Judge Joe getting a very needed win here tonight, and just setting us up for a lot of possible chaos in the Hawksness group. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'm DK9146. You know that because you're on my channel. But I'm going to ship those over to DW Randomizer. I don't know that they're live yet. Just hang out and chat. Taunt whoever is putting this together, and maybe they'll get live for us. Have a good night.